subscribe.
Awesome. So we'll just kind of get right into it then.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for tuning into this episode of the Fire Sprinkler Podcast. We are, unfortunately, still in Wale, Maui.
It's tough luck.
It's rough, huh? I'm here with Daniel Wake, with Vitalik. Not really, because we're at the hotel bar talking about the industry. Daniel, what do you think of the event so far?
The event's been fantastic, without doubt.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where, as much of the destination is a big key driver to it, it's still a fact of the association.
Yeah.
It has come out of nearly every presentation, how everybody's talked about what this is for family, what this does for the community, how manufacturers, how vendors, how staff and contractors all come together, support each other in their business, in the driving of fire sprinklers to be able to make that conversion in the different geographies around the country.
And you do see it, like, talking about how much of an industry, how much of a family this industry is. And you see, going to an event like this, everybody brings their family, their spouses, their kids, and everything like that. And it's fantastic because the same people that at the say smaller shows where it's just Daniel, just Chris, all the wives are still getting together, and still it's the same groups that are going out and hanging out. So it is a very much, NFSA has really much created a family atmosphere with these events.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's what everybody's here for.
Yeah.
I mean, to be in a destination is one thing, but to be able to pull over 500, I think it's up to 550.
550, I think, attendees, not
Correct.
just registrations.
Correct.
Because I think they were close to 600, but I think that counted for spouses as well.
Yeah.
So
It's incredible.
Insane.
And to hear what everything's being done. For President Ray to come in on Wednesday afternoon to do his first opening speech for where he's been and what he's been doing. I'm privy and lucky enough to be sitting on a lot of the different committees, Manufacturers Council for numerous years.
Yep.
So I get to hear what that piece of it is.
Yeah.
The support of what us as a manufacturing group, where we are always going to remain fierce competitors. That is never going to change. But that's out in the world.
Yeah.
This allows us to bring our collective minds together to help promote and drive as much as we possibly can in the industry.
Well, a lot of the manufacturers, similar to different podcasts, in industry podcasts that there are now, the Dope and Tape guys, Drew Slocum's Fire Protection Podcast, we're competitors, but we all call ourselves co-competitors. We're working together for the same thing, the same goal, and that's to kind of expand industry knowledge and just get the conversation going about sprinkler. Like when I started the podcast, my drive was to let everybody understand that, it's number one, it's not just pipe and fittings that you're putting in, and number two, it's really okay to love your job.
That's it,
right? Like, it's really not like most people in blue collar jobs, I gotta go, I'm slugging away for 8 hours, 9 hours a day. It's, it's a drive, but I very rarely do you wake up in fire protection and are like, I gotta go save more lives.
That's it. It's look, I've been in fire protection since 1998, so I'm past my 25 years now. Start to show it a little, but hey, that happens. But no, you don't keep coming back to do that.
Right. Yeah.
And the more that we can teach that to entry-level fitters coming in to get a better understanding, it's not just a matter of being able to read a drawing, put a piece of pipe in the air, and add a sprinkler to the end of it.
That's right.
Why does it matter?
Yeah.
Why does it need to go where it needs to go? Why is it really critical to take that piece of pride in your job to be able to get it right? Because at the end of the day, it is saving someone's life.
So, Daniel,
we hope it's never used.
100%.
All of us hope it's never used, but when it does, it has to work.
Absolutely. So, speaking of what you kind of just did, tell me what you started the industry in 98. What was your drive to go from where you started in 98? And I don't know where you started in 98, but what got you from there to where you are now in this industry? Give me your timetable.
I was a union fitter in Australia.
Okay.
Australia's 100% union.
Yep.
So closed shops still to this day. So you're either born into it, which is pretty common across anywhere in sprinklers.
Yeah, you talk to
There's a lot of
anybody
nepotism all over.
What generation are you?
Yeah.
Right? It's always what you get here.
Or close friends. And it was a close friend that brought me in. I was doing plumbing originally.
Yep.
And he turned around and said, "You'll make more money in sprinklers." I'm like, "No, I'll give it a shot."
Yeah.
And it just took off from there. So 8 years in Australia, came over and did 5 more here, and wanted to go back into the union. Was in a small open shop company, learnt a lot, but it wasn't going to take my career anywhere.
Right.
And happened to stumble across someone at Victaulic who said, "I think you might fit a bill."
So you've been with Victaulic since the mid 2000s?
Beginning of 2010.
2010. Wow.
Yeah.
And so from there, what was your first role with Victaulic?
I started in what's now known as applications engineering.
Okay.
So I was on the technical side. I had a sprinkler background, which was something different for the Victaulic at that point.
Yeah, absolutely.
Been in sprinklers for 10 or 12 years at that stage, or 11 years, but grasping what was there and how it was applied and what else could we do with it was just not a common core piece of knowledge in the company. So I came in to provide that piece, understanding what our competition had done. So I had a lot of competitive knowledge in valves and sprinklers and other things, but I knew Victaulic was couplings and fittings. So bringing that piece of it and me just learning from there, I started to challenge myself. Can I learn more and can I do more?
So was it a little bit intimidating going from, you were still essentially like a fitter on the tools and applying for a job in engineering with Victaulic?
Pretty much. Went from wearing jeans and a t-shirt to a suit and tie every day, and it's like, whoa, there's a little change in my life right now.
I still haven't made that adaptation yet. Like I show up at these conferences and they are all very much business casual shows. And this is the first one. I don't have I always have red running shoes on at the issue, but I switched and I got sandals. So a little bit of a change. Not still similar, like that guy doesn't fit in, but still a similar thing.
Yeah.
But,
and then late 2012, I got the opportunity to move over into product development. And I've been on that side of the business for the company ever since.
Right.
From conception of what are we going to do with sprinklers?
Yeah.
Are we going to continue to develop and innovate in this space?
Right.
What are we doing with our device line, our valve line? I mean, I saw the advancements and the development of flexible drops through that time.
Yep. Because that would have been right around the time, 2012 was when flexible drops and fittings were starting to become prevalent.
Yeah. And that was all through my boss's leadership and our team's drive to get that done. And then I think the biggest change in my career was starting to get involved in NFPA, particularly on code committees, and of course NFSA.
So how many different committees do you sit on with NFPA right now?
I think I'm at 8.
8?
I think at 8.
That's busy.
It's busy.
That's a lot of windshield time.
It's a fair bit.
Yeah. Which ones are those? Can you name them all off the top of your head?
Yes.
This will be our edit mark, just in case you can. And then I'll just say that there was an issue with the video, and then we'll cut back in, and he'll be like, wow, that was amazing. You named them all.
No.
But anyways, go on.
I'm on 13, 14, 15.
Okay.
101 and 5,000. 120 and 122 for NFSA.
Yep.
And I just came up from NFPA if I wanted to do 3 and 4. And I'm on the fence because I still have to do a job.
Yeah. You still have a job, you still have a family.
Yeah.
With responsibilities as an adult. I get it.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's cool.
But on the flip side to it, 3 times a year to be able to come out and do E&S twice a year.
Yeah.
So I was on the E&S committee for Victaulic for a while. Not that I wanted to get off it, but had to concentrate on what I do, and that's the business aspect. So I've been sitting in on the Manufacturers Council with Larry Thor as being the senior, and I've been his support for that for over 10 years now.
Yeah. You're also involved with the future leadership as well with NFSA.
Was lucky to chair the Future Leadership Committee for a few years.
Yeah.
It was a little trying. Most of it was done by teams and Zoom meetings and whatever else.
You were the chair almost from the beginning of COVID to the end, right?
It was pretty much the beginning to the end of COVID, yeah. Trying times, but at the end of it, we kept together. We actually did some things during that time that I don't think a lot of people realize.
100%, yeah.
As a lot of the other committees for NFSA were struggling, and struggling because you've got senior people in a lot of the different companies, the big drivers across the association.
Yeah.
and they've done it for a long time, and they've led very, very well during that time. But during COVID, to be able to bring that other element of technology to, we sit in front of a camera and we talk and do.
We might as well be doing the same thing now.
Exactly.
Yep.
It was that change that was probably a little different, but was really simple for future leadership.
Yeah.
Get on a Teams call, turn your video camera on, and we can still achieve and do everything that was needed. So it's a good time.
And the benefits being, you can't tell what is in my cup.
You can't tell what's in your cup. You can't tell whether you're wearing pants or shorts.
Yeah.
You look good from the top up, and that's okay. So, but yeah,
Awesome.
A lot of really good experience with it. And I think I sat in a presentation yesterday, and it was talking about
generational communications. Yeah,
correct. How do you
which held with FLC? That was FLC's presentation.
It's exactly it. And how do you bridge that gap? You've got, as I said, a very senior leadership who have a different communication style to the people we want to bring into this industry to continue it. And I will say, from sitting in a middle position, where I'm not that senior person who's been there, but getting there, and I'm not that junior person anymore. And how do we take what we've done to show upwards?
Yeah.
We have this association and industry with its best foot forward in mind and can do it. And then how do we show the other end going, we might be able to bridge this communication gap with everybody that we're trying to bring into the association to keep it in a very healthy way.
Well, and the thing that I talked to Melissa a little bit about it, as well as Lainey. It did seem like, and it was like I said, hey, here's the only issue I have with the presentation and things, is that a lot of the discussion was about how can we make the younger generation communicate with the older, bring it up to how we used to do things. And, you know, my famous saying that I say in this podcast all the time is, you evolve with the industry, or the industry evolves without you.
Exactly.
It may not be a matter of everybody, you don't have to pick up the phone. The guy that you're picking up the phone to call may be looking at that phone like, I don't want to talk on the phone right now, send me a text.
Yep.
That could be the next way of generations. I have done business deals via text message where I'm closing a 6-story condo worth $350,000 via text message. Hey man, here's my price. Cool. Can we sign some paperwork? Yep. Send it in the mail. Boom. Done. And it's insane that communication has gotten to that point where it's, when I started in the industry with my old man and my grandfather, tenders were sent out with fax.
Yeah.
We don't have a fax number anymore.
Sure.
Right? Like you used to have to. My old man, like, no. I was like, I'm going to email him our buddy. No, you do not email that to him. You create a cover sheet for your fax, and then you send the fax that has the body of the estimate in it, and he will receive that hopefully by the time the bid closes at 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Make sure you stamped on my end at the right time, so it must be going to you.
But that communication would usually happen via email because you could do it instantly, right?
Exactly.
But 100%, that's communication is so widely available now that text message is communication. Absolutely. Letters are communication. I'm not writing you a letter. Don't expect it. But there's many ways of communicating, and just because that's the way business has always been done does not mean that that's the way business is always going to be done.
100%.
Right?
And look, as I said, I think for me personally, within our company and within the association, it's can we actually find the way that our values, morals, and the way that we've been taught to conduct business does resonate up?
Yep.
And can we take that, manipulate it, and resonate it down?
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's a key thing. So, nice spot to be in, challenging at times, but at the same time, I think that is where we can all do very well in the industry to keep it very well served, bring some new faces in, because some of those new faces have got some fantastic ideas.
Yeah, but the problem with and I was very well the same way when I first started getting involved with the industry. I started with CASA on the tech committee. It's you get hesitant to provide these new ideas just because you look at the tenure of the people that are also on the same committees as you, and some of those people may not be as reciprocal. You hope in this industry as evolving as it is that most of those people are like, oh, we're up for new ideas, but it is still very much what you would call an old boys club.
Yeah, and a big piece to it, but it's the old boys club in a way has had the ability to see the breadth of so
Yeah.
many different angles to something.
Yep.
Where someone might come in with a great idea, but not understand what other things it's going to
Sure.
entail. So,
Yeah.
it's coming from how do you make that still work, or how do you take that and grow it and manipulate it to what is the right thing?
Yep.
That's what we do.
Absolutely.
We do it in new product development. I mean, as I said, after 12 years of new product development, there's no doubt at times you start to get a little stale of what is next.
Sure. Well,
I've had a good run rate. I've had, half a dozen products a year for almost 10 years. And you start to get that stage of
it's not bad, I guess.
what's next? and I think that's a big piece to it. But for us internally, we had a shift from where I first started in product development was engineering based.
Yeah.
Whereas product development for us today is sales based. And it gives you a very different perspective to be able to go out, talk to the customers, see what's being done, have the support from the sales team of here's what's missing and where we should be going.
Yeah, here's
And
what I'm getting asked about all the time. Why aren't we doing that?
and being able to take what I see as developments and changes coming 3+ years away.
Yeah.
Bring into the sales team and getting them on board sooner.
Yeah.
So when the product's ready to come out, it's successful from the get-go.
Well, and one thing that I have noticed that you guys have done, not necessarily from an engineering standpoint, but it just a listening to your customer standpoint. I'm going to take credit for it, but I guarantee you I'm not going to have credit internally in your office. I made a comment to one of your guys in Canada years ago when the flex drops were being shipped. I made a comment. The first thing I always do is I go buy zip ties so that I roughen the system. I'm zip tying them up into the bar joist. And it was like within 6 months, you guys started shipping zip ties with your flex drops.
Yep.
And I'm sure it may have been my comment, but maybe it was 100 people's comments at once. Like, I'm going to spend money on something. Just spend an extra couple pennies. And if you're sending that with your product, I now no longer have to go and do that. That's one less stop, right?
Yeah, it's something that we're definitely focused on is being able to continually provide what the customers are looking for in a complete unit.
Yeah.
If you have to, as you said, if you have to go and buy a zip tie, it's just one headache that we should be accommodating. And we've done and changed how we did that. Made on sprinklers, onto flex drops. Something that we were cautious with in the beginning, but now have ranges that come with that. Now have flexible drops that are actually sprinklers. Like there's been a lot of improvement in that. Coupling technology is still growing, and believe it or not, 100+ year old technology isn't still standing still for us.
Well, and speaking with the flex drops and stuff like that, the change, even myself, that I've seen in the industry, as short of a time as I've been involved with the industry, don't get me wrong, I sorted sprinklers with my grandfather, and that's how I learned my colors. Red bulb, blue bulb, green bulb, right?
Yeah.
But being a stubborn fitter that I was in the early 2010s, I wasn't big on flex drops. I was the old school mentality of, we started using flex drops, that's taken away hours from my guys, that's taken away this. And then you have to kind of change your mindset of, I'm not losing hours. I'm not sitting at home because I'm using flex drops. I'm moving on to the next project. And that's the mentality. A lot of people are stuck into that. Well, sure, we're making products that are easier and quicker to install, but then I'm at the end of that job, I'm going to go sit at home. If you're a half decent company, for the most part, if you get that job done quicker, you're going to the next job that much quicker.
Yeah, I think a lot of it, as labour savings has been a focus, it's not our intentions for labour savings was never to put anyone out of work.
Right.
There was a lot of parts of, we were foreseeing so much growth in the markets that there wasn't enough people to support the amount of work that was coming.
There's still not.
Can we provide a product that can help support the workload?
That's right.
And at the same time, from a fitter perspective or an ex-fitter perspective, can I go out and install something, not destroy my body, and go home and enjoy my family?
Can I actually finish my career?
Exactly. So it's all perspective as to how you see it, but the intention was never to put anyone out of work. It's the last thing we need.
Yep. Absolutely. Daniel, it's taken me a couple years, a couple different sessions to lock you down, and a lot of going back and forth as far I won't say ripping on each other, but finally got you on camera.
You did, and it's
Thanks
not
for
going to be the
coming.
last one. So it's
I
okay.
hope not.
Good to get here finally.
Good to see you. Good to spend a lot of time socially and professionally with you on this trip. And
Definitely.
thanks for everything you guys do for the podcast and supporting it.
And you too, Chris. Thanks a lot.
Appreciate it.